What's good, YouTube? It's your boy SeriousMindsTV back in here with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts and my predictions over the first round of the 2020 NBA playoffs. Now, the playoffs start tomorrow, August 17th, and there's going to be a list of games that's going on over the next few days. So I figured, why not go ahead and give my thoughts and opinions on who I think will come out of the first round in the East and West. As each of the rounds progress, I'll give my predictions on each round, and ultimately, we will have a ultimate prediction on who will win the 2020 NBA Finals. Alright, so in the video, like I said, we're going to be going over both East and West, the first round matchups. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start with the Eastern Conference matchups in the first round. So, in the 1-8 matchup, we have the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Orlando Magic. Now, this series, I honestly don't see any competition out of the games that's played. You may see maybe one or two close games, but in my opinion, I feel like the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be too strong for the Orlando Magic. They have who many people think will be the league MVP in Giannis, and I feel like with him at full strength and the Bucks at full strength, nobody can stop them in the Eastern Conference, especially not the Orlando Magic, who are just an 8 seed. So I definitely do see the Milwaukee Bucks sweeping the Orlando Magic to move on to the second round. So let's go ahead and look at the 2-7 matchup, and it is the Toronto Raptors versus the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the Raptors are the defending NBA champions. The Nets, of course, are without KD and Kyrie. So in this series, I say that the Raptors are going to show their championship experience because they have been playing some good basketball during the NBA restart. And I definitely see the Raptors winning this series in 5. I give the Nets one game. I give them one. I feel like Karis LeVert is going to go off. And I feel like, that's going to be enough to win one game. But as far as to sustain a credible, series in this one, I don't see it. So I think that the Raptors will win this one in 5 games. So moving forward to the 3-6 matchup, it is the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, if both teams were completely healthy, I believe the Celtics are healthy, but as far as the 76ers, they aren't. So this series, it lacks the substance, I want to say, in this series, because looking at both teams, you have Ben Simmons, he's out. There's no timetable for him to come back. Joel Embiid was out, I think, a game in the restart due to an ankle injury. Then you have aging Al Horford. So, in my opinion, I think that Boston holds the upper hand in this series. I feel like Boston's guard play will determine the winner of this series. Now, like I said, if both teams were both healthy and all the stars were out, I can see this series going 6 or 7. But I honestly see Boston winning this one in 5. It may be 6. Don't be surprised if it's 6. But I see Boston winning this one in 5 games. I think that the star power of Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker, and Gordon Hayward is going to be too much for the 76ers, especially late in games when I feel like Boston has a better chance to get a bucket late. I think the Sixers, all they're going to do is probably try to dump it into Embiid and let him go to work. But you have so many perimeter players for the Celtics that can just go to work and just do the job and get that win in the last minute. So I definitely see Boston winning this one in 5 games. Like I said, don't be surprised if it's 6, but I really see them winning in about 5 games. Now, looking at the last matchup in the Eastern Conference in the first round is the Indiana Pacers at number 4 seed and the Miami Heat in the number 5 seed. Now, I feel like this series is going to be one of the most underrated series in the entire first round. Now, of course, you have the highly anticipated petty matchup between TJ Warren, who, in my opinion, has been one of the stars of the NBA restart, and then you have Jimmy Butler. Now, this series, in my opinion, is very evenly matched. Very evenly matched. Now, the sleeper in this series is going to be Victor Oladipo. Now, a lot of attention has been going to TJ Warren because he's been playing great, but don't sleep on Victor Oladipo. Now, of course, with the Miami Heat, you have Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Bam. I can't say his last name, but him. So this series is very evenly matched. Now this one, it's hard to say, but I see the Miami Heat winning this one in 7. Now it could go 6, but I think that this series will go the distance. I just feel like both teams are they're even. So I definitely see this series going the distance, 7 games. So, but I do have the Heat winning this one in 7 games to advance to the second round. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and move over to the Western Conference. So, I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. First, I'm going to look at the 2-7 matchup with the Los Angeles Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks. Now, this series, it can be competitive. I mean, you do have Luka, you do have, you have Paul George, Kawhi, and you have Kristaps Porzingis. So this is a good series to watch. But I think that in the end, the Clippers will win this one due to star power and better talent. I feel like the Clippers have a better bench. You got Lou Williams come off the bench, and you have all those guys come off the bench. So I definitely see the Clippers winning this one. Now, don't get me wrong, Luka will shine. He's going to have some triple-doubles in this series. I won't be surprised if he averages a triple-double in this series. But I see the Clippers winning this one in 6. I see him winning in 6, mainly because of the bench power that the Clippers have. Alright. So, moving on to the 3-6 matchup. It is the Denver Nuggets versus the Utah Jazz. Now, this is a very, very typical Western Conference playoff series. 2 Western Conference teams that have kind of similar styles of play. I see the Nuggets win this one in about 5, and the reason why is this. I feel like the Utah Jazz are very inconsistent. You have Donovan Mitchell, who can put up 31 games but struggle from the field in the next game. I think that the Nuggets, with the Joker, and I see him and the rest of that Nuggets team just shine. You got Michael Porter Jr., who's, making a statement. You have Bol making a statement. So, to me, I feel like the Nuggets have just much more of a complete team for that series. So I definitely see the Nuggets winning this one in 5. I don't see a sweep. I see the Jazz winning like 1 game, maybe game 3. But I definitely see the Nuggets just taking this series in 5 games. So, moving on, we have the 4-5 matchup. We have the Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, now if the NBA playoffs are going on, as the season was, where it was going back and forth, like as far as like teams traveling to different arenas, this would be a great series. But I think in this series, now I know a lot of people gonna give me some flack for this, but in this series, I feel like this is where you will see Harden and Westbrook. I think you will see them. They won't mesh well together. I've always said this, that Harden is a great regular season player, but in the playoffs, he kind of fails to show up. And I see the team-oriented style of the Thunder. Many people didn't even see the Thunder making the playoffs, but the veteran experience of Chris Paul, I don't see why he's not on the MVP list, but the veteran experience of Chris Paul, he makes this team go. And I feel like with his leadership and his experience, the Oklahoma City Thunder will win this one in 6. Now, it's gonna be tough because, like I said, we want to see Russ and Harden go further in the playoffs, but I just feel like that they're dynamic. I just don't see it for a deep playoff run. I don't. I see the more team-oriented style of the Thunder just taking control of this series, and I have the Oklahoma City Thunder winning this one in 6 games. So, with the last matchup in the first round, we have the Los Angeles Lakers, number 1 seed, and the winner of the first play-in game, the Portland Trail Blazers at the 8 seed. Now, I saved this series for last because I feel like this series is going to be a sleeper. I think this one is going to be the most highly anticipated matchup out of all the first round matchups going on in the playoffs. You have LeBron, who missed the playoffs last year, who is ready to, get his 4th NBA championship. And then you got the upstart Portland Trail Blazers, led by, NBA restart MVP Damian Lillard. Lillard has been playing great during the whole restart. He willed his team into the playoffs. And the Lakers, they struggled in the restart. So hopefully with the playoffs coming around, the Lakers can just have that sense of urgency just to keep moving on. And hopefully the Lakers can make a statement. The Blazers can easily upset the Lakers. If the Lakers play nonchalant, I think this series is where the Lakers will miss Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley was their best perimeter defender. So somebody has to guard Dame. Who is it going to be? Who's going to be that person that's going to step up and put the clamps on Lillard? But like I said yesterday in my game recap, they can't just watch out for Lillard. They got to watch out for CJ McCollum and also Melo, because Melo's coming into his old self. So this series is a toss-up. It's hard to pick a winner for this series. It's hard to. But I have the Lakers winning in 6. If this goes 7, don't be surprised, y'all. If this thing goes 7 games, do not be surprised. But I do have the Lakers winning this series in 6 or 7. It's going to be very competitive. I see Dame going off like 50 points, maybe 1 or 2 games. I see LeBron going off, getting a triple-double, maybe scoring 40 or something. Anthony Davis, don't forget about him. I see him dropping some big numbers in this series. So this series is going to be very high octane. Points will be scored, and we will see some great basketball in this series. This series is going to be hard for me to watch because I want both teams to win. I won't be mad at who wins this series. I won't be mad if Portland wins, and I won't be mad if LA wins. I want LA to win. Not to be biased, but I want LA to win just for Kobe. That's the main reason why I want the Lakers to win this series. But that's all the predictions I have out of the first round. Didn't want to make this video too long, but I had to just get all my thoughts and opinions out there. If you have sticked around to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Please do me a big favor. Hit the like button and also subscribe for more videos, man. Please subscribe for more videos to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get the channel growing. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. What y'all waiting on? Just subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Also, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with my predictions or do you disagree? Leave all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below because I really want to know what you guys think of, you know, the first round of NBA playoffs. Glad to see basketball is back, and we probably get to see some playoff basketball. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Follow me on social media. All my social media links are down in the description box below. So, until the next video, it's your boy SeriousMindsTV.